something planned soon. Like life individual, church, all good. You know, maybe for a vacation, like that. Always going on. Things are good, man. Yeah, things are good. Chris, what is going on? Eric, what's going on? Things are good, man. Alright guys, welcome back to another episode on the Dynamic Lifestyle Podcast. Chris, what is going on?
Eric, what is going on?
Things are good, man.
Yeah?
Things are good.
Why?
Always puts me on the hot
I'm just
seat.
messing with you. You don't have to answer that. I just didn't know what else to say.
I don't know. I mean, like I've said, man, I don't have a real exciting life, you know. I wish I had some stuff planned coming out, but
you could say you have a blessed life.
I have a blessed life.
Yeah.
You know, like I think I said this a couple of podcast episodes ago, or maybe it's going to be a couple down the road that I said. But for me, man, like I don't look at this as work. I'm very blessed to do what I have done. I realize that I put in a decade to get where I'm at, right? So it didn't just come easy, but I'm very blessed. You know, where we live, Frisco, Texas, this beautiful home. You know, my beautiful wife, dog, you as my brother. Got a great family, got everything else I need, got my health.
Got a good community of like-minded individuals at our church.
It's all good. You know, maybe throw in some vacations, man. I'll be like, okay. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully something planned soon, you know? I think we need a vacation.
Society needs to shape up a little bit in the world and our leadership, but I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. All right, let's jump into today's episode. Hopefully you guys are doing well out there. Today we're going to be talking about 4 reasons business growth always follows personal growth. This is going to be a good one. And we have a different show format on this. So what we're going to do is go off, 4 different points and reasons, business growth always follows personal growth. So I'm going to ask Chris a question, that pertains to this. He's going to elaborate on it and go just a little bit more in depth. And then vice versa, he'll ask me a question. So we want to do something a little bit different today on today's show, just to mix it up and just try to do something just, again, different. Just, not always be so repetitive and stuff. But before we start, you guys got to pay the fee, okay? So the fee is not Venmo, it's not Cash App, PayPal, none of that stuff. It's just leave us a rating and review if the show was good, if you got value from it. If not, don't worry about it. You can pay the fee on the next one. No hard feelings. Or just share it out on Instagram, Facebook to someone that would find value. And tag us on it, guys. Tag us at Chris and Eric Martinez. That'd be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Let's rock and roll on this. So the number one reason business growth always follows personal growth is your business can only grow to the extent that you do. Mm-hmm. Other than overcoming a major health crisis and raising kids, being an entrepreneur is the most challenging and rewarding spiritual growth journey you can take. What do you think about that?
So this is just a true or false? Or
it could be true or false, but I want to hear your perspective though. That's too easy.
Let me break this apart right here. So your business can only grow to the extent that you do. I agree with that 100%. Now being in this game for about 12 years now, since about late 2010. I mean, I look back at who I was in late 2010 and I'm just like, I'd probably laugh, of like where my mind was and just, my skill sets. And that, of course that goes to show, I look back at where I was and like, what my finances were, what I had around me and my surroundings and look where I'm at now, like 12 years later,
Mm-hmm.
So it's like night and day. And like, again, look where I'm going to be at in the next like 5 years or 10 years, so. Yeah, and it's what's crazy is like, man, like you too, man, you've put in so much work like this past like decade of just like personal development work, entrepreneurial work, right? Just, mentorships, like all that stuff. Probably like, I would say close to $500,000 worth of personal growth and business like mentorship and skills, okay? Yeah. And that's not bragging or something like that. There's probably other people that spend way more money, right? But that's a good chunk, okay? So I think that's 100% true. Your business can only grow to the extent that you do.
Yeah.
And one more thing too, before you can chime in on this too, is Jonathan Kendall. Remember him, right? From he's now the CEO of MentorBox, right? Mm-hmm. So he said, and I love this. He learned, literally from like Ty Lopez and Alex Mayer, right? Like firsthand. So what he said is that you should be embarrassed of like the person you were literally a month ago. And when he said that, I was like, damn, that's good, right? That just means you should be growing, like every day, every week, that it's compounding. At least you look back on, like, you know, in March or in April and be like, oh man, like, no, I'm way more valuable, or I have way more skill sets, or I'm way more resilient, or, you know, I have a better mindset or something like that, you know? So that was powerful.
No, it's a true testament that every day you're either growing or dying, especially as a business owner and entrepreneur. It's like you don't have time to be just sitting there just like wasting time and just playing around. I mean, for us too, we've experienced such a different pair of lens in our life, just with losing our father at a young age, and, you know, having a lot of like just like, you know, debts in our family, to where it's given us a different outlook, to where we see time as a commodity. It's very precious. I see time differently, and like I just, you know, it's a different lens. So absolutely, man, it's just it's a constant thing of growing. You have to just it's mentally, it's physically, emotionally, spiritually. I mean, everything. You have to be a constant student to get to the next level in this game, or else it's just, you're going to be complacent and mediocre, just like everybody else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now you want me to ask you this second one.
Yeah.
So how do you want me to say it? Like,
So you could say like business, it's full of ups and downs, or entrepreneurship, however you want to frame it.
Okay.
Just really, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Ding, ding, ding. Next one, okay? Is business or entrepreneurship. It's full of ups and downs, successes and failures, celebrations and tears. It's not for the faint of heart. That's why most businesses ultimately fail, but profitable business owners are constantly learning, growing, and evolving. What's your thoughts on that?
Boom! Heck yeah, that's true. Come on, this is an emotional roller coaster. Ha! It's constantly ups and downs. I mean, it's just almost like how much shit can you take and get and eat at the same time? How many punches can you get, you know, thrown at you? How many times can you get knocked down and get up? It's 100% true. You know, I mean, it's extremely volatile, right? Like they talk about in crypto, stock markets terminology. It's up and down. It's up and down. I mean, whoever says that that's not true is, again, full of crap. But being 13 years in this game, we've had some amazing years. We've had some, like, you know, questionable years, but absolutely it's been like up and down and stuff. And I wish it could always be just up, 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 right? And that's the goal. But I mean, you have to understand that going into, like, you know, entrepreneurship and building a business, that it's going to be very emotional. It's going to be a roller coaster. And that's why I say that if your EQ is not there, if your emotional resiliency is very low, then you're just not going to last. You have to build that up, guys. I kid you not. It's like there's a reason why all these pioneers, successful like leaders and entrepreneurs talk about the mindset component of things, because you have to just really build that foundation of just like being resilient and thinking differently, thinking bigger, you know, and taking risks, taking calculated risks. And again, being around people that think differently, that are going to support, that understand different communities. You have to learn through osmosis, hire mentors. There's so much that goes into it that is going to build up into these skill sets and these calluses, these mental calluses of just like, you know, being able to take hits and just dodge hits and get back up and keep going.
Yeah.
So absolutely, I mean, it is so true. And once you get into it, you're going to see it. You know, it's either for you, you're either for it or not. And that's a plain old truth too, because most people can't last in a game because they just can't take it. They can't take losing, they can't take failure, and they can't just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And they don't see the vision going forward.
Yeah, and that's the thing though, is that's why in like our accelerator program, we have at the forefront of our pillar is mind growth, right? Because again, if your mind ain't right, your business ain't going to be right. And that's why exactly every Monday, one of the best decisions we made was we put in, you know, a training every Monday in that program called Get Your Mind Growth Right Monday, where we're literally priming our students' mindsets to win, to be focused, to carry momentum, because we know from the past and past, you know, experiences and failures, man, if you don't get that ball rolling on a Monday, early in the week to set the intention, man, like it's gonna be a struggle, right? So I agree with this too, man. Also too, one thing I can chime in on this and say is like, with this too, I think something is good to share about is maybe that kind of myth of balance.
Oh yeah.
Right? A lot of people say like, oh man, like, you know, you have to have balance as an entrepreneur. You have to have balance as a business owner. And you know what, guys, like it's kind of false. You know, there is really no balance at this. If you want to be excellent, and if you want to be like great, not just good, right, at business and in your profession, then there's not going to be much balance, guys. There really isn't. You know, maybe later down the road, you know, when you can hire out and you can, you know, afford more things, sure. But for that first, you know, decade, you're going to be grinding. There's not going to be much balance.
I know, my bad. I know you're probably like, dude, why did you do that? I just really quick, and we'll be back to that video. I just want you to join our free Facebook group community for health and fitness coaches looking to get more online clients. So just click the link below in the description box, join it absolutely free. We got some cool stuff in there, a lot of videos, we do live trainings every couple of months on there. And we got some cool freebies on there. So just make sure to click the link below, join our free Facebook group for health and fitness coaches that want to level up and get more online clients to create more income, impact, influence, independence. Back to the video.
So you better get accustomed to enjoying the process, and not the end product. But yeah, just think about this, guys. I'll leave you with this. Think about Jeff Bezos. Think about Kobe Bryant. Think about all those greats out there. Do you think they sat there and thought about balance? Of course not, man. Kobe Bryant was up at 3 in the morning, working on his free throws. Man, come on.
They had a killer instinct mentality.
So yeah, it's up to you. Do you want to be good? Or do you want to be great?
Yeah, that's good, man. I'm glad you shared that point. Yeah. Okay, so the third reason. So successful business owners / entrepreneurs, they just don't read the latest peer-reviewed studies. They spend more of their time learning about themselves, developing new skill sets, and becoming who they need to be to get to the next level. True or false? What are your thoughts on that?
Learning about themselves, developing new skills.
Instead of just reading the latest and greatest new things.
Yeah. I mean, the way I'll look,
and let's put this in like a context of like a health and fitness practitioner,
exactly.
right?
I'll put
just
that.
Always wants to just read the next like peer-reviewed thing of just like science and data, and doesn't do anything to build like their business and learn different skill sets.
Exactly. So this is perfect because when I was doing health and fitness coaching, like the peak of it was right around like 2014, 2017. I would say really immerse into it, right? And like I remember for the first like year, I would sit there and print out manuscripts of like peer-reviewed journals, right?
I remember that.
And I'd read one every morning, highlighting it, right? Understanding like the model behind it, understanding like the whole conclusion of it, what the subjects were, right? What the protocol was, what the results were, what the stats were, all that stuff. I was really, really into it, and it did help me become a better coach. But at the same time, though, what did I do with that, like that information? I wasn't going to be able to critique that to my my clients because they wouldn't have gave a crap about like knowing about a study and stuff like that, or trying to talk that jargon, that science talk to them, So that's the thing. Like I could have been that type of coach where I'm like, oh, I'm going to just read all the peer-reviewed studies and stuff like that, and I'm just going to be that guy. But no, man, you got to have like actual like anecdotal evidence too, and that means you just getting your hands dirty, like in the trenches, like coaching people or being in business, like failing a little bit, like making mistakes, eating shit, losing clients, losing sales, right? All that type of stuff. That's what's going to really build you up as a business owner, in the character, right? To be resilient, relentless. Not a bunch of like peer-reviewed like case studies and journals and stuff like that. That stuff's all great, man, but you can't sit there and rely 100% on that. But I agree with that. That like you're better off learning about yourself, developing new skills, and becoming who they need to be to get to that next level.
Yeah, it's ultimately just like even a great question, a deep question to ask yourself is like who really am I, and where am I trying to go in life? It's a deep question if you really think about it. It's hard to answer. So that's a good question to ponder. But again, skill sets, like the more skills you have, the more valuable you become, right? As a business owner, just like everything that you do, and most people, they don't have money problems. It's skills. They have a skills problem. So where it's like they lack high impact skills that they can charge a higher premium for. Thus, a lot of health and fitness coaches, right? They don't have good sales and marketing skills. So how can they really charge a higher premium? They have great skills when it comes to like health and fitness and getting people results, but it's like it's not matching that all up, right? You're not putting the whole thing together, the whole puzzle together. So you have to. It's 100% true with that.
Okay.
All right, number 4. What's the fourth one?
All right, ding, ding, ding. All right, number 4. Business owners or entrepreneurs, they understand that to do and have what you want in life, you must first be the type of person who is ready for it. They understand that the best education is self-education because the more they grow, the more business does as well.
Yeah, and that's 100% true. You have to be self-educated. You have to educate yourself, like no matter what, because again, you can't depend on other people. You just can't. You have to bet on yourself. You have to do your own research. You have to again learn these skill sets and follow the right people. And again, that's again where it's like self-education is in the context of hiring coaches and mentors, right? Taking courses. You have to do that, guys. There's just no way around it. I mean, you can't depend on the traditional school system. I don't even want to go into that conversation because it's such a broken system and model. a lot of certification programs within health and fitness, right? They teach you some good stuff about health and fitness and stuff, but it's a broken system. They don't teach you about sales, marketing, personal branding, positioning, you know, how to deliver stuff. They don't, you know, and it's sad, but it's like you have to be aware of that yourself and conscious that you can't depend on these institutions. You can't depend on different systems. You have to do it yourself and take action and be able to grow your mind, grow your skill sets, and thus grow your business. That's the only way.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really know what else to say about that, man. That's pretty deep.
Yeah, there's nothing else to say to that, man. That's fine. All right, so let's land this plane, okay? So we just went over the four reasons business growth always follows personal growth, guys. So hopefully that was valuable. Now I just want to end with some closing thoughts and bullet points here. I'm about bullet points. Something weird about bullet points that really get me and they help me stay structured. Chris has a different system, you know, with Google Docs and stuff, but I'll go with the bullet points. So the first one is self-discipline talk to create an I can do mentality and spirit. I can't wait to talk about this with our students. We're going to be doing this on a mind growth lesson pretty soon. But again, guys, how are you talking to yourself really like day to day? What kind of like, you know, positive like words you put into yourself? Are you creating an I can do mentality? Are you creating a get to mentality? Spirit, okay? Really think about that. The next one, how much weight can I take on and put on without putting it down? Don't look at strength as how much weight I can pick up. Look at how much you guys can take on, right? Like look at the analogy of lifting up a weight, okay? But then, how much weight can you take on physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually from like your guys' business? How resilient are you, right? How much weight can you really carry with family on the line, with relationships on the line, with finances, right? Really think about that. And sometimes you don't think about that.
Speaking of weight, I'll give you guys my 3 big lifts when I was 200 pounds, okay? Bench press was 305, I think squats was 425, and deadlifts was 490.
You'd be in the hospital if you did that now.
Oh man, dude. I'm gonna be doing this podcast on the bed.
All right, three more, and we'll finish up. When the enemy reminds you of your past, remind him of your future. That's super powerful. Again, we're always going to have limiting beliefs as business owners, guys. It's part of like the growing phase. You got to grow there before you go there. You're always going to have like the fear of failure, the fear of comparison, the fear of getting started, scarce money mindset, imposter syndrome. It will never go away. You're going to suffer from more things than other people. So when the enemy reminds you of your past, remind him of your future, how much you've grown, and how much you're going to continue to grow and succeed. The next one, if you quit something on your past, you can choose to redefine those moments and tell yourself, I am not a failure, and it doesn't define who I am and my future. Again, positive self-talk. Doesn't matter what you did in the past. I don't care if you like committed a crime, you hurt people, whatever. Today's a new day, you're a new person, you don't live in the past, you don't carry on the past, we can't go back in a time machine. It's today and it's going forward. The last one, how are you going to respond to life situations? Who are you going to be and show up as regardless? Again, guys, life is hard. Life is hard. I just talked to you about entrepreneurism being a roller coaster. Is life not a roller coaster? It is.
It is.
Some people get a way crappier deck of cards dealt to them. But who cares? You can't play the victim role. You got to roll with those punches. Roll with those cards you were dealt. Do the best you can with what you have right now. That's all it comes down to. You guys, it's your choice to get better and better and better going forward. You can live in this little shell and be like, oh, poor me, I was born with this family, I was born with like not any money, blah, 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 blah. Like nobody cares. No one's going to feel sorry for you. Like I said, you're the only person that can sit there and get yourself out of that situation, change your mind, and sit there and dictate your future.
Yeah, so really quick too, like one of my favorite Bible scriptures is Romans 9:14-15, where it says, God will have mercy on whoever he wants to have mercy and compassion on whoever he wants to have compassion. And that goes with this, to where it's like everybody's going to get dealt different cards. And some of you guys are going to get dealt different cards. That's the mercy. Some of you guys are going to have a little bit of like an easier kind of path and not have so much adversity, right? And that's the compassion there. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You just have to pick yourself up. You got to keep marching forward and keep getting better, like Eric said.
Exactly. All right, I think that's it, Chris. We're done for today. So hopefully, you guys, this whole thing was powerful for you guys, and you guys got some good value out of it. And again, if you guys need help, again, just building your guys' business, getting some more direction with personal growth and business growth. That's something we're just really, really good at, guys. We have a lot of experience. We've worked with a lot of health and fitness coaches. I really encourage you guys to take us up on a free 15-minute brainstorming call. Again, it's loose. We're just going to ask some questions, see where you're at, fill in some gaps, and see if we can help you, okay? So click the show notes below, the link on the bottom.
If you guys are watching on YouTube.
Exactly. And just schedule that 15 minutes. You have nothing to lose. But other than that, thank you so much for your guys' time, your ears. Leave us a rating and review. Pay the fee if it was good. If not, no worries. We'll catch you guys in the next episode.